Hey, Putin, Alex Jones is on. You want to listen to him? No, I think you're going to go back to sleep, right?
Well, I just want to give a little quick common sense thing on this silver update. When you're really going to see the price of silver start moving up is when you see the junior miners start to move up. And they're kind of showing signs of life, but they're doing this. They're down there in the bottom. This is like the normal trend up here. This is where it should be. And it's kind of just going along like this. It's not really doing that much. So it might go a little lower, but that's the indication. It's just common sense 101. David Morgan's been saying that. It's like the miners lead, where silver's going to go. And actually, when you look back several months ago, David Morgan was saying, well, the miners are going down, but that doesn't mean this isn't a good buying opportunity. Well, it turned out, sometimes it's simplistic logic that's been working forever and ever. When the junior miners start going up, then we know silver's going to start going in a stronger trend and it's going to start moving up. But in the meantime, I've been watching some of Alex Jones and seeing what the hell this guy's spouting. Before I even get on to anything about Alex Jones, just want to say this. This is real common sense. You heard that expression, we have met the enemy and he is us. Yeah, well that's truer than all hell. Big time. It's like people are their own worst enemy. I have to give credit to the people that do listen to Alex Jones in this way because they're more awake than the rest of the people out there. But Alex Jones is just a freaking media guy. That's all he is, man. He ain't really. He's out for number one. I can tell with it. If you want to, you don't have to listen to me because I don't want anybody listening to anybody where I'm doing your thinking for you. Definitely don't want that shit. But just if you see the logic behind what I'm saying, Alex Jones is basically out for Alex Jones. He's a media guy. Now, actually, I like doing more health videos than the silver videos and stuff, but because I think, and also how-to videos, because I think they're more permanent. Silver's just like a metal that's going to be a medium of exchange sometime in the future. Is going to have a lot more worth because the system's going to fall apart. Now, getting back to system falling apart, Alex Jones just talked about the collapse is here, folks. We're coming up in like November, possibly, but that depends on if they get their way. I thought the collapse was going to be here in April of 2013, according to Max Kaiser, if you remember that shit. Or even Cliff High, he was putting out a bunch of stuff about the collapse and food prices going through the roof right away. Now, I can't totally ignore that type of stuff because I think it's going to happen at one point in time, especially with the droughts, the problems with the bees. Food price is going to have to be coming up quite a bit. And, of course, Jim Rogers with his bet on agriculture is probably a better bet than gold and silver. So, I'm not going to knock that, but, I can't wait for the collapse to come. I mean, I've been ready for the collapse. I don't give a shit. Is it collapse? Go ahead. Good. Bring it on, damn it. But, Alex Jones is always like, if the collapse came, Alex Jones would be out of business. I mean, what the hell, man? Hey, what? He'd be like, what is he going to do? Man, the collapse is here. What's he going to do? Say, the New World Order's, what's he going to do? Like, have his radio station in the FEMA camps or something? Or what's he going to do? Like, sell stuff to dead coffins? I mean, that's what he's freaking telling you right now, right? But if the collapse came about and everybody's in a FEMA camp, how's he going to make money? Huh? Well, I want you to think about that because, that kind of tells you some of the bullshit that's going on. Because I remember, like, back him, when he was pushing that Y2K stuff, man, the guy's there's a lot of people pushing Y2K stuff. They're pushing Doom This Day stuff, and they're making a lot of money, and they're using banks to put their money in that they said wouldn't be working because everything would collapse. So, these guys are a bunch of... I'm telling you, they're not the biggest idiots around because they're making out pushing his collapse garbage. And there's a lot of people on YouTube pushing his collapse garbage, too. I don't like doing these type of videos as much because I think I do them because I like to counter some of the shit that's out there. I don't go along with the major media. And I think there's a lot of problems where maybe something could really catastrophically happen. And that's why you should prepare and just prepare and relax. But these guys, there's a lot of people on YouTube just freaking making money off of freaking conspiracies. The planet's gonna blow up, you know. And you know, I know there's some kind of truth to some of this stuff. There's probably weather changes going on. The magnetic north is going wrong, and the Eskimos are getting lost when they're trying to hunt walruses or something. I know, but you know, there's some truth to this stuff, but it's not as much as these guys are. You know, they're exaggerating to the max, and you know, they're not believing it themselves. They're just selling to the crowd. That's what Alex Jones is about. So anyway, just with silver, you know, I wish I could say the bottom's here. The 21-22 deal. I don't know that for a fact. Tell you the truth though, if it was that simple though, you know, if there was like these guys holding back silver and, you know, they were the problem, well, we take care of it. Problem is, it's a lot more than that. It's not like there's some... And there's a conspiracy in a way, because I notice people are bringing down prices of silver because that gets them out of their short contracts cheap. I knew that. But, you know, it's not as much of a conspiracy as a lot of people are pumping, too. You know? So, I mean, if it was just J.P. Morgan, well, we'll just fuck up J.P. Morgan when we're done, right? But you know what? If J.P. Morgan just, like, disappeared, guess what? The price of silver probably wouldn't go up right away, because it's like a lot of stuff. There's actually a slowdown in the economy everywhere. That's the problem. And, you know, the only reason the stock market's up is because it's Fed policy. So that's what's going on. So, you know, it's like, you're not going to just, you know, because if it was like a conspiracy like the Bilderbergers are screwing up the earth, it's not that freaking easy. It's not that simple. You know? And I like people to realize that, you know, but Alex Jones is out. First off, the Bilderbergers are in existence because people are buying their shit too. I mean, like, in other words, there's people from the major media in there, you know. I don't listen to CNN. I don't listen to that garbage. I don't listen to Russia Today, major media. I don't listen to any of that garbage. So I don't really support the Bilderbergers in any way. I don't support Hollywood in any way. So, you know, but like if the Bilderbergers were like all gone and they all disappeared, I bet you the problems wouldn't be solved. Not at all. Actually, I think the one thing that really is a major push that would solve a lot of problems in the world is growing the industrial hemp and the medicinal marijuana oil. I think that would be a major boon, because that's an economic boon all the way across the board, and they ain't got to worry about, you know, polluting the environment and the carbon tax and all that other shit, because it does a lot of stuff. You know, hemp got protein, it's got the best oils, it's got fuel, and medicinal marijuana oil is like one of the best medicines around. So, I mean, you know, if you're going to freaking really knock the new world order out, that's the way to do it, because then you're replacing it with something that's a solution rather than just being a critic. Because, you know, if we had the Bilderbergers out the window, we might have like a whole pile of meetings of Alex Jones and conspiracy freaks in that big building, and it'd be the same thing. You know, meet the new boss, same as the old boss. That's really what it comes down to. That's why I don't like guys like Alex Jones. They're a pile of shit. I don't like them. I don't like them. All right? But, you know, if we're going to actually replace something, you know, with a new way, I'd say hemp. I'm not just preaching this to the crowd. It's quite obvious. Because even if you're like a totally I hate marijuana person, you got to remember, hemp is going to solve the fuel crisis, going to solve the food price problem. You know, it doesn't, you know, there's like a whole bunch of stuff it does that is going to solve a lot of problems with pesticides and herbicides, because you really don't need them. It's going to resolve problems with, you know, polluting the water or runoff from those type of things that get into the aquifers. It's going to solve the, you know, the problem with pollution. You're not going to have, you know, you have hemp-based products that are, you know, instead of plastics. That's a real solution. That's a real solution. Actually, it's more important than silver by far. By way far. And it's a major healer. So, I don't know. You know, actually, I think anybody that's like a real truther, you got to be pushing this shit every freaking day practically. That's, you think about it. You know, it's not so much tearing down the establishment that's so important. It's the fact that you're building something that's better. That's what's really important. You got it. Like, you just can't say, I'm going to fight the man. I'm going to fight the establishment. You got to replace it with something better. You know, I'd rather have the real Bilderbergers right now than 100 Alex Jones sitting in that meeting with a bunch of bullhorns and shit, because that'd be worse. So think about that. You know, meet the new boss worse than the old boss. You know, from that old Who song, whatever the hell it was. That's the kind of deal that we'd be winding up with, and that's why people get fooled. They think halfway. The people that are awake, they're like thinking halfway, but they don't think all the way. But just remember, silver's going to go up when the junior miners start going up. They're kind of showing signs of life, you know. So hopefully that's going to be, you know, a good sign coming in the future. And I don't know, as far as economic collapse occurring in November of this year, if the Illuminati get it their way, according to Alex Jones, these guys, you know, it's always good that there's going to be a collapse, because if there was a collapse, Alex Jones would be out of business. he couldn't have his airwaves going to people as are inmates of the FEMA camps, right?